Get ready for one of the easiest, most delicious, most impressive springtime big platter dishes that you could make. And of course, I'm talking about lamb. And I'm not playing games with a boneless leg of lamb. We're going full ass bone in. Gorgeous, beautiful. We're gonna make some delicious business to go on the outside of it. We're gonna roast the hell out of it. No, we're not. We're gonna roast it till it's perfect. Beautiful, medium rare. And then we're gonna serve it on this really incredible saffron infused rice. That's as simple as anything. The whole thing will come together, and your family, your guests, and even just you, if you're making it for yourself, will be BLOWN. That's blown away for those that don't.
Roasted leg of lamb for one?
Roasted leg of lamb for one. Why not? Think of it this way. Roasted leg of lamb for one, you're doing your meal prepping for a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let's get going, because if we don't start, this thing's not getting in the oven, and then it's not coming out. We're gonna make what goes on it, the rub. This is the basis of what's going on in the lamb, along with some olive oil and some salt and pepper. It's gonna be great. Let's chop up these herbs first. Mint. Oh. Who doesn't like mint? Mint is the obvious thing to serve with lamb. Mint jelly on the side, which I'm not a fan of. That's why I like to take my mint and put it on the outside of the lamb. I just think it's better this way. You guys like mint jelly? Even know it? It's an old school thing. My father loved it.
You guys were so into the gelatins back then.
I don't know why, man. I mean, look, people still like it today, but...
Oh, there's that new gelatin restaurant that just opened up downtown. Hottest in the city.
Listen, my mother used to make this thing for holidays. It was called mold. It was like a
mold?
It was a
mold. In a mold.
She called it mold. I go, what's for dinner? She goes, we're gonna have the chicken, this, that, and mold. That was her name for it. It was made in a bundt pan, and it was a combination of like Jello and whipping cream and fruit and It was horrifying. It would solidify, it would come out, and it would do that Jello jiggly thing, but it was ugly. I hated it. We'll find a picture of it. Horrible.
Between that and the ambrosia salad, I don't know what the fuck.
Ambrosia salad, yeah. Salad with marshmallows in it. I don't know. Did you hear that whistle?
Yes.
That was my flipper. Damn, okay, back to this. Stop it. Okay, so we got mint. Let's just use a little curly parsley here too, because curly parsley is one of my faves. Just add to the herbaceousness of all the business we got. Some stem is fine. Who gives a crap about that? And then here is the obvious for lamb is rosemary. So we'll just pull these guys off the stems. We don't need the big woody stalks here. Already it smells divine, but we're gonna add to it. Do a good job as opposed to a shit job. Okay, good. Let's just chop this up now. Every so often someone will write and say, isn't that bad for your knife? Well, it would be if I was doing it on this limestone countertop, but I'm not. This is wood, and wood's one of the best things you can cut on. Beautiful. Put this in our bowl. Now a shit ton of garlic, maybe more than I need. So what is that? This is like who cares? Does anybody care? Is an extra teaspoon of garlic gonna make a difference? No, it's not. Okay, we like lemon, and you've seen this before.
Measuring is for nerds.
To make this extra juicy, you just wanna roll it on here. Cuts. Juice of a lemon, seeds. Be more careful about these seeds. Seeds out, this one through here. Great, a couple more things. Really good pinch of kosher salt and pepper, because it's a big piece. This is about a 9-pound lamb. You need some of that. This is anchovy paste, and I want about a big tablespoon. It's so gross when it comes out. But again, like when we use soy sauce in things, we're using this to add that extra layer of flavor, the umami. It's not gonna taste like anchovies. And then probably a third of a cup of olive oil, and we'll mix. Gorgeous paste. Oh man, is that fragrant? Okay, it's lamb time. That's 9 pounds of lamb with the bone, and this is what we want. So, like this kind of stuff here, I don't know, I don't like those icky bits. This like little blood stuff. I'm gonna take these guys off. I mean, it's not the worst thing. The thing's gonna cook and this rub's gonna go on it and it's gonna not show, but if you don't have to have that to start with, I get icked out by it a little bit. So we'll just clean them up a little bit. So the fat's okay. You know, it's not too fatty. This backside, this kind of stuff is Probably not really necessary. This kind of fat I don't really dig. I'm sort of okay now. Okay, watch this move. Now we're just gonna make some cuts. Just beautiful. I don't have to go too deep into this. Just gonna open it up a little bit, let some of the flavors penetrate in a bit. There's this bone here, but we're okay. If you didn't do this, it would not be the end of the world. But if you do it, it's gonna be all right. Now we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna start to put some of this business on, like that. And this you want to massage in to our buddy here. This is really gonna help. Oh, I forgot to do something. Nobody move. It's gonna be all right. I wanna French the top. And the Frenching...
Stop saying that.
Frenching?
It sounds gross.
I want to cut the meat around this bone, so what you end up with is the nice clean bone sticking up at the top. It's prettier. So just all the way around.
You're gonna get that bone up after Frenching him?
Leave it alone. Clean it up. Why are you so dirty always about this stuff? What happened to you as a child? Okay, so this stuff is now a goner for me, right? When you have a rack of lamb and they cut the meat out from in between the bones, that's called Frenching. Like this. Look, it stands up sort of nicely. There. Yes, I should have done this before, but I always forget something. I'm famous for forgetting something. Now you've got something of a handle, if you want to use it as a handle. You try and make it as clean as you can, because then it will be a nice clean bone as opposed to a bone with like bits of meat and stuff all burned up and stuck on it. And then when you're done with the Frenching, you can come back and finish with the rest of your business on the lamb. We're massaging in well. Don't forget the bottom. She's a beaut, ain't she? All right, you wipe this, put it in my container, we'll cover it up. And with our container in place, I don't have a proper rack, so I'm using those guys. Look at that. That's a perfect fit. And now we take a big piece of foil and tent him loosely. All right, ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna put him into a 450-degree oven, then turn it down to 350 and walk away. Gonna come back in about an hour, hour and a half. At that point, I'll take off the foil, check it. I'm looking for about 130 degrees because I know it'll continue to rise a little bit and I'm looking for medium rare. So that's it for now. We have this saffron rice to make. And as we're getting closer, we'll be back with that. When you see me next, we're checking this, making some rice, putting the whole thing together. Life's gonna be great. We're eating so big. The place smells like lamb heaven. And now we're ready to make our rice because you have to. This, it says Coleman's because I kept mustard in here at one point. That dry mustard, English, it's really good. Anyway, this is what saffron looks like. And according to AI, saffron comes from the stigmas, which are the bright red thread-like structures of the Crocus sativus flower. And imagine getting these out of the inside of a flower. It's painstaking work, hence the hefty price. But the good part is you only use a little bit like this. There's our saffron, and here's some chicken stock. And we go like that. Crazy. That little bit is gonna perfume that stock so beautifully over the next 5 minutes, you won't believe it. And used properly, saffron just gives the most delightful flavor to whatever you're using. Okay, we can start our rice while that is steeping, as they say. Right, cooking guy cast iron pan, could be anything, but it should be this, and a couple knobs of butter, or tablespoons. And we will just let that melt gently. Come on, you. And with the butter on its way to melted glory, and the birds chirping, we'll add some diced yellow onion. And give this a couple minutes to start to soften and become translucent. At this juncture, we'll give it about, I don't know, tablespoon-ish of garlic paste and mix this in. Let this get fragrant. And when it does, in goes 2 cups of rinsed basmati rice, like that. And now you want to toss the rice in this butter business to get a little coated all the way around. Smelling great already, and we've done almost nothing. Okay, let's season this a bit, shall we? First in will be a little cumin, nothing crazy, and some turmeric. If you don't have turmeric, you're okay to leave it out. I mean, it's a good thing though. Now we want to mix these so they start to toast with the rice as well. We give it just a couple minutes of light toasting, and then we're going to add our chicken broth that's been infused with the saffron, like this. Mix this all in beautifully. I love seeing those little threads in there. I forgot, I need a little salt in here. Do that. Once you got a little simmer, put the lid on, turn it down to low, say goodbye for about 18 minutes. Then we'll be back. Let's make a little topping for it that consists of pistachios and some parsley. I love pistachios. Do you know what the package that these came in called them? Pistachio nut meat. What a weird thing. Anyway, let's take these guys and just give them a rough chop. And by rough, I don't mean dust. I mean smaller than this. I mean, you can't help but get some dust, but that's not what we're going for. The other way to do it would be get a little mallet, put them in a bag, but I like this system. I was gonna say whack off, but that's not what I meant. And if you put some bigger pieces are still cool. And when you got where you think you like them, get yourself a little bowl. I don't want this dust. Sorry, I didn't mean to push it into my pile. Pistachios go in there. And then some curly parsley. All right, in, and mix. You could do just pistachios. You could do just parsley. But I love the idea of the crunch now mixed in with the beautiful green. That on top of the rice is gonna be heaven. Time's up and look at you. Hello, pretty. Kill the heat. And now we fluff like that. Can you smell that chance? It's coming right up to you.
It's wafting right into my nostrils. Delicious.
It's insanely great. All right, so this is done. We are gonna serve it with this business, but not until we plate the whole thing up. Off to the side, I'll keep this warm. We'll check on the lamb. All right, after an hour, we look like that and like that. Oh, it's actually quite ugly, but that's okay. I temped it, we're between about 80 and 90 degrees all over, so clearly we're working our way up to 135. I'm gonna keep the foil off, put it back in the oven, maybe put a little vermouth in the bottom of this, just let it to perfume a bit. I could have done it earlier had I remembered, but I hadn't, so it's perfect timing now. About a cup. Back in it goes to get some color and become marvelous. All right. It's cooked. It's about 132 or 3 degrees. I've let it rest for almost a half an hour and voila. Wow. Wow. Look at that kid. Holy smokes. And now I'm getting a little bit of that vermouth that was in there. I have extra of the herb rub that went on it that I now like to paint on and make super beautiful. Just a little gloss and a little green. I mean, come on. Imagine you bring this out to the table, your family, your friends, your buds, your compadres,
Your boyfriend.
your buddy Austin from Terry's Cafe in London. Look at that. Freaking masterpiece. Okay, it's rice time, and then I'll show you how we set this guy up. The rice I've warmed up, and this is so heavy, I can only do it this way. Sorry, guys. Very heavy, very heavy. Now watch. Remember this business? You're gonna get a bite in there of all that. It's gonna be, but wait, don't stop there, because now comes the big boy. I'm just gonna go like that. Happy spring equinox, whenever that is. That is gorgeous. So number one, that's why you French, because you get this beautiful bone. And you have to admit, that's way prettier than just having a bunch of meat there. But let's do this and just see what we got going on here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is some perfect medium rare lamb. And I did about 20 minutes a pound, and I yanked it when it was just right over 132 or 3. But let's have this the right way, with a bite of the rice. Oh, the crunching from the pistachios? Because everything's relatively soft. So the crunch adds a beautiful texture to the whole thing. There's not one flavor that overtakes anything in this lamb. It's all so good, so fresh, so seasonal for this time of year. So here's my message to you. You think this is complicated? It's not. It's heavy, that's what it is. It started out as 9 pounds. It's still close to 9 pounds. And look how perfect. 20 minutes a pound, pull it out when it's about 133 or so, and you're gonna have this for your loved ones. Oh my God, and the rice. The whole thing is a dream, an absolute dream. See ya. Okay, quick lesson on how to carve lamb. So we took a few slices off this side, thereby making it a little flat. This is by far the meatier side, but you know there's this bone running all the way through it. So if you come in like this and you start down here and you just cut in like, you know, inch, half-inch pieces, stop at the bone, okay? Do you see where I'm going with this? This is pretty meaty up here and still beautiful and pink. Okay, now, because I have bone here, that goes to there, but I have this. So now I could literally go like this.